What is up? Welcome to the video. Very simple one today. We got the Stanley Cup Playoff 2025 bracket. We will be going through every matchup of every round, predicting from the start to finish. Just a warning, I'm just saying I might just get the entire bracket right. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the entire playoffs, I would just click off now. Right now, it is currently 3:28 in the morning. Technically the day of playoffs, in about 12 hours from now, we'll be getting our first Stanley Cup game, so I gotta get this done. So that's what we're doing tonight. As you can see, best city in the world. All right, going first round, we have Winnipeg, St. Louis. Now, we're just gonna open the analysts. We're gonna look. As we can see, it is very Jets favored. This is definitely one where you could say it can go either way, but realistically, it's going to be the Jets. Let's be honest. If the Blues had a chance, they would need Holloway. I don't think they have Holloway. I think they might be cooked. They might be a bit fucked. If they had that team that was on the 12-game winning streak, potentially. But they don't. It's Winnipeg. Sorry, Blues fans. I would love to watch you move on, but it ain't happening. If I was to be wrong about any prediction, please let it be this one. I would love to see Hellebuck choke again. Wouldn't that be something? That's not even out of the realm of possibility. It could happen. Moving over next, we have Dallas and Colorado. Two teams I definitely don't want to see in the conference finals. That's for damn sure. Actually, give me Dallas again. We can handle them. Nathan MacKinnon kind of put on a clinic this year, but then again, he did play a lot of games compared to our usual suspects. We'll see how he does in playoffs. Colorado Avalanche, of course, they got a really solid roster. Honestly, a lot of people will point to the goalies. They'll be like, oh, Ottinger this, Ottinger's that. I don't think Ottinger's that good. I'll be honest. I think he's a very middling goalie in the NHL. He had that good series versus the Flames, which they lost, but people still look at that and be like, oh yeah, Ottinger, he's elite. He's okay. They just have a really deep roster, and I think you can put most goalies on that roster, and I feel like the Stars would be pretty similar. But I think this Stars, a lot of their weaknesses got exposed. They are on a 7-game skid to end the season, but of course, playoffs are playoffs. You can't really go too much about how a team finished, but yes, you can. It's going to be Colorado. Absolutely, it's going to be Colorado. I don't think Dallas is the team to take on a Colorado team. Not one bit. Moving on to, in my opinion, probably the most one-sided series we will see. No, not one of the most one-sided series. I don't even have to open the analytics. It's going to be Vegas. Vegas is winning this very handedly. You know what? Just so people can see, I will open it up. Season points, you don't really care about this. This doesn't really matter, but the Golden Knights are going to smoke the Wild. These stats don't matter. All that matters is this little logo here. That's all that matters. This little logo. The Minnesota Wild are fucking terrible. They are the most average team. You take all 4 sports, the NFL, MLB, hockey, whatever the fuck the other one is, NBA. They are the most mid team ever. They will always make the playoffs, but they'll always disappoint. I think I saw a stat where they've only made it past the second round once. No, I think 2001 or something like that was the last time. So it's been like 2 decades since they've made the conference final. They ain't doing shit. They're going to get absolutely stomped. Moving on to the series. No bias here. I swear. No bias. Take Edmonton. All right. Kings fans have been saying, oh, the Oilers have been terrible. We're going to win. We don't lose at home. Hey, remember at home last year when the Kings scored 1 goal in 2 home games, and the 1 goal they scored was when they were already down 3-0. Yeah, wild. I don't give a fuck what these statistics say. I don't give a fuck what anything else says. The Oilers were completely shattered this year. They have their boys back. They should be fine. And even if Draisaitl, for example, isn't 100%, didn't he get 16 points in 1 series 2 years ago on a completely destroyed foot? Sorry, I don't see a situation in which the LA Kings beat them. And when the Oilers were healthy, guess what? They were dominating their division. They were number 1. They were like number 3 in the league. Come on. All right, going into games, we have Winnipeg, St. Louis. Who's going to win this one? How many games? I have Winnipeg. I'm going to do it in 5. I'm doing the spicy pick. I feel like St. Louis will win a game if they get Holloway back, which I haven't really seen too much news about. If they get Holloway back, it's going to be a 6 to 7 game series, and I would not be surprised if St. Louis won it. Moving on to Dallas and Colorado. Now, the sexy option is to pick 7 games. I'm not picking 7 games. I'm picking 6. I think Dallas might win a game or 2. They ain't bringing this shit to 7. No shot. Absolutely not. We're just going to skip this. Just kidding. We're just going to go 4 games. I already gave my reasoning. It's going to be one of the most one-sided series ever. And I'm saying that as somebody that wants Minnesota to do well. The longer the series goes, it's better for us because this is who we'll be playing. So if they have to play more games, have more travel, that's great. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Vegas is going to absolutely sweep this. This one I will give 6 games. I do agree. LA Kings have gotten better. We don't have Ekholm. We do have holes. But I think you saw how hungry McDavid and Draisaitl were after being eliminated last year. No shot are they getting eliminated round 1 to a team they've beaten 3 times. It ain't happening. All right, that's our first round done. In the West. In the East, we have Toronto versus Ottawa. 21 years in the making. This is probably the series I am most excited for, even more than the Oilers-Kings series, because I know the Oilers are going to win that series. I'm not excited about it. Move on to the second round. That's where the Oilers playoffs begins, in the second round. Looking at this, a normal human might say, yeah, the Ottawa, they had a decent season. They made the playoffs. Ottawa's winning. I don't think Toronto can beat them for a few reasons. One, Ottawa has 0 pressure. They're going to go in and just play their game. Toronto, they have more pressure than any team, except maybe the Oilers. The Oilers and the Leafs have the most pressure. The difference is the Oilers have won before, not the whole thing. The Oilers have won a bunch of rounds. They're very used to winning rounds. The Leafs, they've done it once. In how long? Sorry, but and then as long as the Senators play their game, they get the goaltending they've been getting lately, I think they beat Toronto. All they need, in my opinion, if Toronto does not go up 2-0 at home in the first 2 games, they will be eliminated. I think if you put the home field advantage back in Ottawa's court going into game 3, I think Ottawa finishes them off. Going into number 2 in the East, we have the Battle of Florida, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm not even going to say their versus. I'm not even going to say their name. Nope, don't even want to look at the logo. We are looking. Nikita Kucherov is having a year. He's a piece of shit, but he is having a year. We got to give him that. Season points doesn't really matter. Tampa Bay Lightning have completely smacked the Panthers. One thing I would like to see when they do this is show the season series, like what their score was playing against each other. I feel like that would be really useful, actually. The Florida Panthers have not looked their same. I've always said, as a fan, any team that wins the Stanley Cup, I will never pick them to win the Cup again. Yes, it happened a couple times with Pittsburgh, with Tampa Bay. It has happened. But more often than not, a team wins the Stanley Cup and then they flame out in the next round. It's like what happened with Vegas. They won the Cup, they flamed out round 1 next year. What happened with Colorado? They won the Cup, they flamed out first round the next year. It's very common. It happens a lot. I don't feel like the Panthers have what it takes to beat the Lightning. I feel like the Lightning, they have a decent amount of experience. The Florida Panthers, they lost a lot in the offseason. They haven't been able to build the synergy. They've had a bunch of injuries, a bunch of issues, and I don't feel like they'll be as driven. I feel like winning the Cup takes out a lot of your drive to actually win the Cup. I don't think the Panthers can do it. I will say, for the record, if they were playing any other team in the East, I would predict them to win. I don't think they beat Tampa. I don't think they can do it. Also, travel won't be an issue, so both teams are going to be super rested. Capitals Montreal. So I am a known Capitals hater. I'm not a fan of the Capitals. I don't like Ovechkin. Say what you want, flame me, I don't give a fuck. However, they have had an incredible year. Their off-season moves have definitely paid off. Montreal definitely skidded into the playoffs. They kind of barely held their position. Blue Jackets easily could have taken their spot. I feel like Blue Jackets were playing incredible by the end of the year, especially with how much cap space they have. Kind of wish they were here, but whatever. Montreal, they're kind of in the Ottawa position. They don't really have anything, no expectations. Like, if they got swept in the first round, nobody would care. You'd have Toronto fans laughing at them, but realistically, I think they could lose 4 games, 5 games. People will be like, oh, well, it was their first year back after a rebuild. They're chilling. Not crazy amounts. Goals per game are actually pretty decent. My worry with the Washington Capitals is for the last month or so, their entire game plan has been do whatever we can to get Ovechkin goals. And they got the goals, but look at their record. They locked up their division pretty fast, but they have not looked great, honestly. I feel like they are the weakest President's Trophy winner we've had in probably a decade. Honestly, at first I was looking to pick Montreal. I will pick the Capitals just because of how good they look compared to Montreal, but I do not think it's going to be 4 games. It will not be a sweep. I can promise you that. Carolina Devils. We have 2 red teams, 1 good team, 1 bad team. Jersey Devils they're fucking destroyed, man. Like, they're gonna get annihilated in this one. They're missing key pieces. Their power play is fucking insane, but how much of that is due to Jack Hughes? Who fucking knows? I'm picking Carolina. Not something I'd normally do, because I think they're the Jets of the East. They get in and then they completely flounder. They're the Minnesota Vikings, let's be honest. Ottawa will win the series in how many games? I'm taking 7. I think that's going to be a 7-game series. The NHL world is going to love it. I think if you don't have a fandom for one of these teams, everybody is going to be watching this series. I think this will be the most watched series, hands down. Tampa Bay, I think they're going to win in 6. I feel like Florida's still an insanely good team, and like I said, I would pick them even over the Capitals if they're facing them, but they're not. They're playing the one team that I believe will absolutely shit on them. Moving on to Washington, I think it's going to be a 5-game series. I'll give Montreal 1 game. I don't like picking 6-game series. I think it's the most pussy prediction in the world, picking 6 games. It's like, it's like when it's a best of set 5 and everyone picks 4 games. It's the most standard wimpy pick ever. Carolina, I think this is going to be a sweep. I think the Devils they're completely boned. I don't see a situation in which they win. So I do have 2 sweeps in the first round. I have 1 game 7, and it's Toronto, of course. Moving on back to the West, we have Winnipeg Jets, Colorado Avalanche. I feel like I think this is the Stanley Cup final here. I think whoever wins this game has a real shot at winning the cup. It is a very hard pick. Colorado has the star power, but Jets have the momentum. The difference is one of these teams has won a cup. One of these teams has made a conference final recently. Jets have had a lot of early outs. They have completely choked, specifically Hellebuck. People might come out at me. I think Hellebuck is one of the biggest playoff chokers I've ever seen. Look at his stats over the last couple playoffs. It's like, oh, you can say, oh, he won his first game. Yeah, he lit in, 6 or 7 goals? Like, and then he just completely fell apart for the rest of the series. Like, yeah, he won his first game, but he fucking was terrible. So I'm going to pick Colorado. I think they have more experience. I feel like they are built for the playoffs more than Winnipeg. I just don't think Winnipeg has what it takes to get there quite yet. I feel like having... This is such a meat grinder. I feel like this is the hardest bracket of all 4 of them. Moving on to Golden Knights versus Edmonton, the Kryptonites, the team that beat us in 2022, the team that I had to watch win a cup in 2022, the standard, every team that beats us wins a fucking Stanley Cup. Panthers beat us, they won a cup. Colorado beat us, they won a cup. Golden Knights beat us, they won a cup. So if you beat the Oilers, you win the cup. Just saying. Honestly, like I said, the Oilers, they are beaten up. A lot of shit happened. I feel like they know how to win. They've beaten the Golden Knights a couple times this year. I'm feeling good about it. Call me a homer all you want, all right? I'm picking the Oilers. They're going. They're going back to the conference final. I'll be there at the watch party, plus 20 weather, with my beers in hand, and I'm ready to fucking go. Moving over to the East, we have Ottawa versus Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, remember how I said whoever wins this most likely wins the cup? Well, in this bracket, whoever wins this matchup probably wins this bracket. We're going Tampa Bay Lightning. Ottawa, you had a good run, but you have to get through a lot of fucking big boys here, and it ain't happening. Moving on to the East. Round 2. Capitals versus Carolina. We have the President's Trophy winner versus the team that was expected to finish above them in the standings. I think so much of the Capitals rides through Ovechkin. 1, I don't think Ovechkin cares as much anymore. And 2, I do not think that they have the experience right now to make it far. Carolina can do 2 things. 1, they can make it deep in the playoffs. And 2, they will always choke deep in the playoffs. So I'm just skipping right ahead. Carolina's getting eliminated. We are going to see the Tampa Bay Lightning back in the Stanley Cup final, beating the Carolina Hurricanes in 4 games. Book it. Next, we have the conference final for the West. We have two third-place finishers, the Colorado Avalanche, the Edmonton Oilers, a repeat of those harrowing, terrible playoffs. And unfortunately, I think the Avalanche are going to get it done again. I do not think that we have what it takes to go that deep. If we have everybody back healthy, we probably win a few games. We bring it to 6 or 7. Unbiased, I don't think that we can beat that many good teams in a row. We have a very hard bracket compared to last year. The Kings are looking really good. The Golden Knights are great as always. And the Colorado Avalanche have a god tier team, and they have some boys back. I don't think it's happening. I'm picking the Colorado Avalanche to make the finals and win the cup. That is my prediction. We are going to go 37 goals. I have read the rules. We are submitting the bracket. It's done. That is our bracket. We have, in the first round, we have the Jets, Avalanche, Golden Knights and Oilers winning in the West. We have the Ottawa Senators, Tampa Bay Lightning, Capitals, and Hurricanes winning, with an eventual final of Colorado and Tampa Bay, with Colorado winning out. I feel like this is the year. They've been hungry. They've had some terrible losses. And I'm just excited to see some hockey. I don't know about you guys. Comment your predictions down below, what you think I got right, what you think I got wrong. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe, like, it helps the channel, all that cringe shit. Godspeed, stay safe, and I will see you next time.